They still have not got it. Hello and welcome to my election address. I'm Quentin Baron, standing as an independent in the constituency of Beaconsfield. I have lived in this constituency for 28 years. I am not a politician. I've been in business all my working life, starting at the bottom and working up through the ranks to owning my own local business, employing and managing people. I am very angry and appalled with the politicians and the politics of this country. And I know you are too. Do you trust them, especially now, as they roll out their new promises? Now they're talking about efficiency savings. Efficiency? They don't know the meaning of the word. We must cut out the excesses and waste in all areas of central and local government throughout the land. Quentin Baron now tells us that cutting such costs will threaten the growth of the economy. What is he on? I am extremely concerned about the mismanagement by those politicians of this country's affairs, both domestic and foreign. I am flabbergasted by their lack of focus on the fundamental and important interests of the British people. And let's not forget, they are supposed to serve us and be accountable to us. I am determined, more now than ever before, to play my part in helping to remove current politicians from Westminster and help start the process of real change. And that's why I am standing in this election, and I want Beaconsfield to lead the way. Change. Education, education, education. No more boom and bust. Building a better Britain. How many times have we heard these slogans for change and a better Britain? And how much change for the better have we actually seen? What we have seen is broken promises, lies, cheating and incompetence. Nothing changes there. Perhaps the current government slogan should be administration, administration, administration. Excessive and wasteful expenditure on bureaucracy, and more companies than ever have gone into administration. Even more have gone to the wall. You may well have heard people say, tough times. We've had our ups and downs. We certainly have. Energy and fuel costs up. Taxation up. Council taxation up. Unemployment up. Home repossessions up. Companies going bust up. Crime up. National debt up. MPs' expenses up. The country's morale fed up. And meanwhile, standards of living down. Industrial output down. Exports down. Pension funds down. The pound down. The people of this country very down. Our ups have been unacceptable and our downs depressing. I, like you, am extremely concerned about the future of this country, and especially the young generation who have to build their lives and the future of our nation. I am asking them also to get to the polling station, stand up and be counted. It's your future. My faith, trust and confidence in those responsible for this current state of affairs is zero. I know I'm not alone. Many of you may ask the question, to what end are you, Quentin, standing in this general election? In a nutshell, because I have the guts to stand up in public, in the face of the media, in front of Westminster, and state what most of you think and believe. The Conservatives have a majority over 15,000 here. You may well say an independent has no chance in Beaconsfield. You may well be right, of course, but I'm determined to put it to the test, and moreover, put you to the test and discover how many of you want real change, changes you have talked about in your daily lives. you probably will not have another real chance for at least 5 years. If you really want same again government, perhaps with a few different faces, then vote for a mainstream party. If you want an MP who just toes the party line, vote mainstream. All mainstream parties have had their chance in the management process of this country for years. And where are we now? If you agree with my statements and new actions I'm proposing in my manifesto, then vote for me. These actions are detailed on my website, and they clearly state where considerable savings can be made and how we can give back to the people of this country. In the last general election, 40% of you in this constituency did not vote. How bad is that? If you don't vote, you have no right to complain. Let's go for 100% turnout. Be positive. This country of ours needs change. Substantial and dramatic change, not superficial change, which is exactly what you'll get with mainstream parties. They talk about change. Their manifestos are packed with vote-seeking promises. A lot of them won't be kept. And some of them are shallow. The Conservatives' vote bribe for married couples is a perfect example. How many manifestos have ever been executed in full? How many promises to the people have been fulfilled? I don't think I have to answer those questions for you. Most of our politicians, particularly those sitting on the front benches, do not have a clue about managing this country efficiently, making the right decisions to put this country firmly back on its feet again, to build a solid future for you, your children, your families. There is no evidence to suggest they do. If they were running a commercial business, it would have gone bust years ago. They do know how to talk, to score points against each other in their debating chamber, which is unproductive and archaic in its structure and procedures. Most politicians do not care enough about the people of this country. That has become more obvious to all of us in recent times. They do care about themselves, their power and greed, as highlighted by the many outrageous expenses claims, some of which may well be fraudulent. And in most cases, they would have been instantly dismissed in the private sector. People like us would have got the sack. Well over 250 MPs, including those in the Cabinet and Shadow Cabinet, have abused the system and, in effect, stolen from you, the taxpayer. We must not forget what they have done. Knowingly, they cheated you. And who knows, we may just have seen the tip of the iceberg.